Alright, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Bar Times 2, and today we're back here on GTA 5 once again with a brand new speed glitch method. For the first time in forever, we've got a little bit of newer methods to play around with in the lab and test on some new cars. And one of the first ones to trial that I'm going to be trying this method with is this car. And I can already tell you for sure this works. It is insane and absurd. We're going to get into it quick. And but I did want to kind of go over a couple of things first, just for the people who don't really know. Obviously, we have the Jester Classic behind me. This is the obviously the Toyota Super Mark IV. It is absolutely gorgeous. But when this car first came out, it was not able to double clutch. Now, again, I know that's not the correct term for it, but that's what everybody calls it, so that's what I'm going to stick with. Okay, I get it. But it was not able to double clutch when the car first came out, and it's always been really like kind of on the slower side for what it is. Like it's a freaking Supra. I mean, people mod the shit out of these things, you know. So it was kind of saddening. It's still a cool car to drive around and show off, and it is stanceable, but it was just always lacking something. And in this new update, in the Criminal Enterprises update for the summer DLC this year, they have done a lot of reworking of handling on a lot of cars for like cars that had like handling flags, and they also brought back double clutching for all of the tuner cars and for some of the cars that didn't actually originally have it. So it's pretty sick. And with that being said, our method today is going to involve double clutching this car, but that is not all. That is not all. Ladies and gentlemen, we can now put the low grip tires on every car in the game, and I think bikes as well. So that is pretty huge. We're going to be combining those two methods, and you're going to see just how monstrous this thing actually becomes. And it legitimately looks like an actual Supra, so it's pretty freaking nuts. And like I said, this is huge and this is crazy. I'm going to have a ton of videos coming out, obviously. I'm going to test as many cars as I can with this new method and older methods and other things combined as well, because this totally opens a new journey into the speed glitch game, all right? This is absolutely crazy. I'm super hype. But yeah, this is super, super sick. So, to my knowledge, I will say this real quick. To my knowledge, I don't think that the low grips actually make the cars faster just by themselves anymore. I think that they have fixed that. Especially it is true for this car. If you just put the low grips on and drive normally, it'll hit the same top speed. And I think it actually gets there a little slower because obviously you have less grip. So it's not as glitchy anymore. The car slides really, really well. I think they maybe changed the mechanics of the low grips a little bit. It slides like really well, but not too much anymore. So it's still controllable to drift, which is nice. But I'm going to quit rambling. I'm sorry this was such a long intro, but I had to get some of the info out there for the people that don't already know. Okay, so without further ado, in true Bar Times 2 fashion, we're going to have to hit some test polls, okay? We got to do one before the method and one after the method. So, just one last thing before we get into it. You're obviously going to want to have your car all the way maxed out. You're going to want to have max braking, max engine upgrades, turbo tuning. I kind of like the lowest suspension. I think it may help. You probably don't have to use it, but I prefer it. Lowest suspension. Transmission upgrade, obviously, and pretty much just everything. You don't really need armor. I have mine on 20% because that's what I put all of my cars at, but other than that, you are good to go. And obviously take this thing into God, was it the LS car meet? Couldn't think of the name, and put the low grips on it, obviously, because that is a huge part of this glitch. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our test run, okay? Now, obviously, this thing's gonna spin a lot, but you will notice that it sounds really, really different now. It almost sounds like it has like a rolling two-step or a rolling anti-lag. Every time you shift with this car now, little fireball comes out the ass end. So that's pretty sick. I really like that because, I mean, 2JZs are known for being pretty torquey, and obviously a lot of people have flame tunes on them, and two-step and everything like that. This is one of the most well-known like cars that people two-step, so it honestly makes sense. But we only hit about 140 there, and honestly, without the low grips, you're going to hit the same. You might just get there a little bit quicker. So getting into the actual method of this, and yes, this is just a normal double clutch. I have other videos on how to double clutch as well. I'll go through it again here for you guys, just so you guys don't have to go to other videos. I know how annoying that is, but it is just a normal double clutch. But timing this one with low grips is a little tricky because you never really know when the tires are going to stop spinning, okay? Or like when you can really engage that clutch, because it's, I don't know, it's weird. I'll show you guys kind of what I mean, okay? So when you launch, obviously, your first gear is pretty long. And that like millisecond or like a second and a half from when the car stops spinning, I'll show you right here. Right there is when you're going to want to do the double clutch, because that is when you're slipping out of first gear and you're going into second, and you need to do it between first and second. And that is what is going to engage this method, or double clutch in general. So in order to do that, obviously you're pretty much just holding the gas all the way in the entire time. And then once you're about to go into that second gear and you see those tires stop spinning, you're going to engage your handbrake, whatever button mapping or whatever button your handbrake is mapped to, that is what you're going to engage. I'm on PS5, so that's going to be R1 for me. And it's literally just going to look just like this, okay? So we're waiting, let go of the gas, hold down on the handbrake for literally just like half a second, and then back on the gas again, and that is going to be engaging your double clutch, okay? So we'll do it again just real quick. It does take some practice if you've never done it before, but obviously we're just waiting to go into that second gear. And you got to be kind of quick with it. So it's literally all you have to do is you're just going to drive until you hear the car about to go into the next gear, or you see the tires stop spinning, and then you're going to let go of the gas, hold the handbrake for maybe like a second and a half-ish, and then back on the gas immediately while letting go of the handbrake. So it's all like a fluent motion, okay? You just got to get some practice out with it. Now, to do the actual glitch itself, you're pretty much just doing a double clutch, but this turns into an infinite burnout glitch. So there are 3 methods here. 3 different glitch methods, which is nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, all right? Let's go and get that double clutch down. And as you can see, we're already doing an infinite burnout. You don't have to hold the regular brake in doing this. You can literally just hold the gas for the entire length of whatever you're racing on, and it will completely keep spinning the entire way. This thing is absolutely nuts. It is kind of hard to control, so do keep that in mind. If you want to learn how to quick stop, all you got to do is open up the character interaction menu by holding down on D-pad or whatever your button mapping is, flick up to a random character, cancel it all out, and you're good to go. You'll stop right in your tracks. But yeah, it's pretty absurd. This thing literally maxed out the speedometer. I'll get an interior view for you guys real quick, but I'm gonna do just a quick little exterior view again for you guys, just so you can kind of get a good feeling for it. So yeah, like right before you're about to go into that second gear is when you're gonna want to engage the double clutch. And like I said, it is really tricky in this car with low grips because it completely changes things. And I would actually say you're probably maybe gonna want to hold the handbrake for maybe 2 seconds. You kind of want to hold it longer in this car because it does take a little bit longer to engage, from what I've noticed. But yeah, it is pretty tricky, alright? I'm still learning it myself because this car is really tricky, but I mean, like, once you can get it down, it is pretty easy to replicate. See, there we go. There we go. I got it that time. I feel like if I don't look at the wheels, I do better. I'm more of a sound person. So if you can hear the car changing gears and you're good with that, do that. But let's go ahead and get an interior view now to see just how nuts this thing actually is. Just got a nice little rev going. See, I missed it there. It's really hard to tell, dude. This thing bangs off rev limiter so hard. Okay, we got it there. All right, sick. And this thing just immediately starts moving up the speedometer. Like I said, sometimes it is a little hard to control, but it will completely max out the speedo. You will hit 200 miles an hour if you continuously keep holding down on it. Oh, I didn't do it in time. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, well, that didn't happen, all right, but but as you can see, this thing is pretty nuts, all right? It's pretty banged up, but this thing is absolutely insane. This glitch is revolutionary, like I said. I can't wait to try out other things with it and maybe even combine other speed glitch methods with it as well. It's nuts. It's literally nuts. I'm actually super happy that this was like a happy accident. I don't think this was meant to happen on Rockstar's part, but either way, it's super, super cool, and it's different, okay? This is the first time we've had something like a different style of glitch method in years. And I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now, so this is like huge. Super huge to the community. So I definitely have fun with this, man. I'm gonna keep trying to find some more glitches, like I said. And if you guys are interested in other speed glitches that are in the game that already exist and have already been covered, definitely check out my speed glitch playlist. I'll have that linked in the description and in a pinned comment under the video. So definitely check those out if you're interested. I have like 40 or 50 videos now. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while. So now we get to the speed rating of this thing. I honestly don't even know what these glitches will top out at because they're somewhat new, and I don't know how the game really interprets how these work. So I don't really have a like extremely logical guess on this. On like a lot of the infinite burnout speed glitches, I can be like, oh yeah, this probably hits like 250 miles an hour. So I don't really trust the actual speedometers in-game daring glitches because they don't necessarily account for the car glitching out. I don't think so. I'm gonna say like a little educated guess here, just based off of what other cars I've used in the past. I'm gonna say that this thing will definitely probably hit upper 200s. We're probably thinking like 240 to like 260 range because it is still increasing speed at the end of the drag strip. Like we'll do one more pull, and then I'll let you guys have a good rest of your night. If I can get it to hit, Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. I think you actually have to delay it a little bit when you do it, I've noticed. But even in the exterior view, this thing is literally moving, dude. Like, it's constantly gaining speed. Okay, we started to spin out there, but, like, you kind of get my point. Like, it looks like it's still gaining speed, like, the entire time. Which is pretty nuts, okay? But I'm excited, all right? I'm sorry. Sorry if I rambled a little bit in this video, okay? I got a little bit excited. I literally, like, just figured out how to do this, like, right before the video. And I was like, oh my god, I gotta post another video. Because I wasn't even gonna post today. I was gonna chill and celebrate getting my forklift certification, all right? But that's right, your boy's certified. But, yeah, that's gonna be it for me, man. I hope you guys really did enjoy. Again, I'm sorry if I rambled in this. I'm just a little excited, okay? This is big. This is big for the community, all right? But I do really appreciate you guys. And once again, thank you so much for 18,000 subs. And we're about to hit, I think, 700,000 views on my double clutch and perfect launch video from 2 years ago. So that is nuts. That is insane to me that almost 700,000 people have watched that, or it's been watched that many times. It's crazy, dude. It's literally fucking mind-blowing, okay? But I love you guys dearly and truly, and I truly hope you guys have a great rest of your night, day, or whenever you're watching this. So with that, it's been your boy Bar Times 2, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. I love you guys, all right?